tell you about two roommates. Same apartment, same rent, same ramen on Tuesday budget. One of them graduates at 22 and immediately trades time for money, clocking in, clocking out, living paycheck to paycheck with a smile and a coffee habit. The other one does something quiet, not dramatic, not overnight. She spends 3 Saturday afternoons setting up small, boring, automatic systems. And by 25, those systems are whispering money into her account while she sleeps, while she travels, while she laughs at brunch. Both of them started with nothing. The difference was not talent, it was not connections, it was not luck. It was the decision to stop renting out her hours and start building things that work without her. My name is Julia, and if someone had handed me these 6 income sources at 22, I would not be recording this video to explain why I wish I started earlier. I would be on a beach somewhere, watching the notification pop up that says, "You've received a transfer." So stay with me, because the 5th source on this list is the one most beginners completely skip, and it is quietly making more money for regular people right now than anything else on the internet. Let's go.
Source 1, Dividend index funds. The income stream that feels like watching paint dry until the paint starts buying more paint. Here's a truth nobody tells you at 22. The stock market is not a casino. It is not a room full of men in suits yelling at each other. It is not something you need to understand deeply to benefit from it enormously. It is, at its core, a machine for turning patience into money. Here's how the simplest version works. You open a brokerage account, Fidelity, Schwab, Vanguard, any of them. You search for something called an S&P 500 ETF. You buy 1 share. That 1 share means you now own a tiny sliver of 500 of the most established companies in the world. Apple, Microsoft, Coca-Cola, Johnson & Johnson, companies that have been printing profits since before your parents were born. And here's the part that matters. Many of those companies share their profits with shareholders 4 times a year. Every quarter, like clockwork, they send out a little envelope of cash called a dividend. You do not ask for it. You do not log in to claim it. It simply arrives. Now here's where the magic actually happens, and I want you to really hear this part. You tell your brokerage to automatically reinvest those dividends. Every dollar you receive buys more shares. More shares pay bigger dividends next quarter. Bigger dividends buy even more shares the quarter after that. You are not adding money. The system is feeding itself. At 22, I thought I needed $10,000 to begin. I thought passive income was a rich person's game, and I was not invited. Wrong. Most brokerages today let you buy fractional shares for as little as $5. $5, the price of the latte you bought this morning. You do not need to pick winning stocks. You do not need to understand earnings reports. You do not need to watch financial news channels that are specifically designed to make you panic. You need to set up an automatic transfer, $20, $50, whatever you can manage, and then, genuinely, leave it alone. The worldwide economy will do the rest. Every seed you plant this month is quietly multiplying in the background while you focus on your actual life.
Source 2, high-yield savings and government bonds. The boring cousin who turns out to be silently rich. I know, the words savings account do not exactly make your heart race. Neither does government bond, neither does treasury. But stay with me for 30 seconds. Because there is a version of savings that most people have never heard of, one that does not let inflation quietly steal from you while you are busy living your life. In the United States, the Treasury offers something called an I-bond. It adjusts its interest rate every 6 months based on the inflation rate, which means when prices go up, when groceries cost more, when gas costs more, when rent costs more, your bond goes up too. It keeps pace. It protects you. Most traditional savings accounts are paying you a rate so low it is basically decorative. An I-bond, right now, is doing real work. You buy it online, directly through the Treasury website. You hold it for at least 1 year. The interest compounds inside the bond automatically. You do not log in, you do not manage anything. Twice a year, the interest lands. Will this make you wealthy? No, let's be honest. But it protects the cash you cannot afford to lose, your emergency fund, your down payment savings, the money that needs to exist in 3 years. It means that pile of money is not slowly melting while it waits. Think of it this way. Every dollar you park in a high-yield vehicle instead of a standard account is a small, silent raise you gave yourself without negotiating with a single manager. Stack enough of those small wins, and your brain is freed up for the bigger moves.
Source 3, content licensing and stock assets. Create it once, get paid forever. This is the one nobody talks about. Let me tell you about the strangest paycheck I ever received. I uploaded a short video clip, 30 seconds, filmed on my phone during a hike, to a stock footage platform. I forgot about it completely. 8 months later, I got a notification. A production company in Germany had licensed that clip for a documentary. I was in a grocery store. I was deciding between 2 types of pasta, and 30 seconds of a walk I took 8 months ago sent me money.
That is content licensing, and it is one of the most underrated passive income streams for people in their 20s because you are already creating content. You are already filming things with your phone. You are already taking photos, making videos, recording audio, designing graphics. The difference between doing that for free and doing that for income is simply knowing where to upload it. Stock footage platforms like Pond5, Shutterstock, and Adobe Stock pay you a royalty every time someone licenses your clip. Stock photo platforms do the same for images. Music licensing platforms like MusicBed and Artlist pay composers and musicians every time a creator uses their track. Even stock sound effects, even vector graphics, even fonts if you design them. The key insight here is permanence. A clip you upload today can still earn money in 5 years, in 10 years. It does not expire. It does not get tired. It does not call in sick. The barrier to entry is lower than you think. You do not need a cinema camera. You do not need a professional recording studio. You need an eye for what brands actually need. Authentic footage of real life, real people, real places. The documentary, the ad agency, the YouTuber, they are all looking for exactly what your life looks like. Start with 10 clips. Upload them before the end of this week. Then add 10 more next week. Your catalog grows, your monthly licensing income grows with it. Quietly, consistently, without you lifting a finger. Source 4. Print-on-demand design. You woke up, someone bought your joke, you made money, repeat. I want to tell you about the first passive income notification I ever got. I was in the middle of a Tuesday, nothing special. I was making coffee, running behind on emails, mentally calculating whether I could afford to eat out that week. My phone buzzed. You've earned a royalty, $7.43. I stood in my kitchen for a moment, completely confused, because I had not worked that morning, I had not answered a customer, I had not shipped anything, printed anything, packaged anything. 3 weeks earlier, on a slow Sunday evening, I had spent about 45 minutes making a simple design on Canva, a funny phrase about Poffy lovers with a clean font and a simple illustration. I uploaded it to a platform called Redbubble, then I uploaded it to Merch by Amazon. Then I went back to my regular life and forgot it existed. And a stranger in a city I have never visited decided that design belonged on a t-shirt. The platform printed it, the platform shipped, the platform handled the return policy and the customer service question. I got $7. Now, $7 is not retirement. $7 is not freedom. But $7 at 9:40 on a Tuesday morning from something I made on a Sunday 3 weeks ago felt like proof. Proof that the model works. Proof that it scales. Because one design earning $7 is the same mechanism as 50 designs each earning $7 in the same week. That is $350 from designs you made on Sunday evenings while watching your favorite show. Here is what I want you to understand about print on demand. You are not competing on who has the best art skills. You are competing on ideas, on knowing what a specific type of person would laugh at, identify with, or want to wear. A nurse who loves dark humor, a dog owner who is mildly obsessed, a runner who knows exactly how the last mile feels, a teacher counting down to summer. Each of those people is a niche. Each niche is a community. Each community wants a shirt that proves they belong. Brainstorm 10 niches you actually understand. Sketch 3 phrases or concepts per niche. Open Canva. It is free, it is simple, you can learn it in an afternoon. Design the simplest version of the idea. Upload it tonight. Worst case, you practice creativity for free. Best case, your phone buzzes on a Tuesday and you stand in your kitchen understanding for the first time that money does not have to require your presence. Source 5. Selling digital knowledge products. You already know something worth $20. You just have not charged for it yet. This is the one. This is the source I promised you at the beginning, the one most beginners completely skip. And I want you to understand exactly why that happens. It happens because we have a deeply strange relationship with the value of what we already know. We think expertise means a PhD. We think expertise means 20 years of experience. We think expertise means being the best in the world at something. None of that is true. Expertise in the context of digital products means being 3 steps ahead of someone who is standing exactly where you stood 6 months ago. That is it. 3 steps ahead. Let me give you examples from real people, not influencers, not gurus, regular people who packaged what they already knew. A nursing student who figured out the exact system for memorizing medications efficiently. She turned it into a $12 PDF guide and sells 40 copies a month on Gumroad. A guy who spent 6 months learning Notion and built a personal finance tracker that actually made sense to non-finance people. He sells the template for $9, and it earns him more per month than his part-time job. A woman who has been meal prepping every Sunday for 3 years, who finally filmed a simple video series teaching busy professionals how to prep a week of healthy food in under 90 minutes. None of these people are famous. None of them have a large audience. They simply packaged a specific solution to a specific problem and posted it somewhere people could find it. The mechanics are simple. You identify one clear problem you have genuinely solved. You document the solution as a PDF, a short video series, a template file, a Notion dashboard. You upload it to Gumroad or Teachable or Etsy's digital section. You price it between $5 and $49. You post about it on TikTok, answer questions in Reddit communities, give real value in Facebook groups where your target person hangs out. And then the platform delivers it automatically after every purchase. No shipping, no inventory, no customer service questions at 2 a.m. Just a file that transfers itself over and over every time someone finds it and decides it is worth the price. At 22, I gave away every spreadsheet I ever built for free to anyone who asked. I liked helping people. I thought that was enough. And it was enough. For them. Had I packaged even one of those spreadsheets into a simple $3 download, it would be paying my internet bill right now, every month, without me touching it again. What do you already know? What have you already figured out that someone else is still struggling with right now? That knowledge has a price. It is waiting for you to name it.
Source 6. Affiliate marketing through a micro-content channel. You recommend things for free every day. What if you got paid for it? Think about the last week of your life. How many times did you tell a friend about something? A skincare product that actually worked, a podcast that changed how you think, an app that made your budget make sense, a book that you are still thinking about, a coffee brand you order every month because nothing else tastes quite the same. You did that for free, completely, entirely, $0 in return, free. Your friend maybe bought it, the company made money, you got nothing but the satisfaction of being helpful. Affiliate marketing is the version of that where the company says, "Thank you." Here is how it works. You pick a topic you are genuinely interested in. Budget travel, beginner fitness, home organization, personal finance for people who hate spreadsheets, sustainable fashion on a low income, tech gadgets under $50. You create content about that topic. It does not have to be long. It does not have to be cinematic. 3-minute YouTube videos filmed on your phone. Short TikToks showing a real use case. An Instagram carousel that answers one specific question. A simple blog post with photos you already took. In that content, you mention products you actually use and trust. You include your affiliate link, which you get for free from Amazon Associates, from Share a Sale, from individual brand programs. When someone clicks your link and buys, the company sends you a percentage. Sometimes 3%, sometimes 15%. On Amazon, even items you never mentioned get credited to you if the buyer adds them to their cart within 24 hours. The rule, and I mean this, only recommend what you actually believe in. The moment you recommend something for the commission and the person on the other end notices, you have spent trust you cannot buy back. But when you're honest, when you say, "I have been using this for 7 months, here's exactly what I like and what I do not like," people feel that. They buy because they trust you specifically, not the product, you. Here's what nobody tells you about affiliate content. It does not die. A video I made 18 months ago reviewing a budgeting app for college students, 3 minutes, filmed in my apartment, not particularly well edited, still brings in clicks every single month. The person who finds it today doesn't know it's 18 months old. They just know it answered their question. And when they click through and sign up for the app's paid plan, I get a commission, while I'm doing something else entirely. That's the compounding effect of content. One video, one article, one honest review. It's not a one-time thing. It's a small employee you hired with your time who will keep working long after you stopped.
Now, let us be real for a moment. I know what some of you are thinking. Julia, I'm already 28 or 35 or 42. Is it too late? Did I miss the window? Here is what I know for certain. The calendar did not lock you out. It simply changed the math. At 20, time is your biggest asset, and you start with the smallest amount of money. At 35, you may have more capital, more skills, more clarity, and compound interest does not check your birth certificate before deciding to work for you. Money does not care how old the gardener is. It only cares that the gardener finally picked up a shovel. The real question is not whether you are too late. The real question is, how much longer are you going to wait before planting the first seed? Because every week you wait, you are not saving time, you are spending it, and you cannot get a refund.
Here's what I want you to do in the next 60 minutes. Not tomorrow, not when things settle down, not once I understand it better. Tonight. Pick the stream that feels most possible. Just one. If you have a brokerage account, set up a $20 automatic transfer into an S&P 500 ETF. If you have not opened one yet, spend 15 minutes doing that tonight. If you have a spare bedroom or a parking spot, draft one sentence describing it and open the Airbnb app. If you have phone footage sitting in your camera roll, make an account on Pond5 or Shuttercock tonight. If you have an idea for a design, open Canva, make the simplest version, upload it to Redbubble before you go to sleep. If you know something useful, write down 3 sentences describing the problem you solve and make a free Gumroad account. If you love recommending products, sign up for Amazon Associates right now. It takes 8 minutes. You do not need to understand everything. You need to begin something, because here's what happens the moment you begin. You get the first notification. Maybe it is 43 cents from a royalty. Maybe it is a $3 dividend. Maybe it is your first affiliate click. And 43 cents changes nothing about your finances, but it changes everything about your belief. Proof is the most powerful thing in this entire conversation. Not motivation, not inspiration, not a video from someone telling you it works. Proof, your own notification, your own small, ridiculous, completely meaningful deposit. Because once you see it, once your phone buzzes with something you did not trade your Tuesday afternoon for, you understand in your body, not just in your head, that this is real. And once you know it's real, you build bigger, you add more streams, you invest more consistently, you create more assets, you scale the thing that is already working. And slowly, without dramatic announcements, without a single viral moment, the income you sleep through grows taller than the income you show up for. Remember those 2 roommates I told you about? The one who graduated and traded time for money? She is not miserable. She is working hard. She is doing fine. But 5 years later, she is still calculating whether she can afford the dinner out. She is still waiting for the raise. She is still showing up every day and starting from zero every morning. And the other one? She is not a millionaire. She is not on a yacht. But on a random Wednesday, she gets 3 notifications before lunch: a dividend reinvestment, a design royalty, and affiliate commission. And she feels something that is hard to explain to someone who has never felt it. It is not excitement, exactly. It's more like quiet confidence. The kind of confidence that comes from knowing that even if tomorrow is hard, even if something goes wrong, even if life gets loud and expensive, her systems are still running. Her seeds are still growing. Her tiny employees are still clocking in. That feeling, it is available to you. It starts with one decision today. If you're in, drop a comment and tell me which stream you're starting with. I read every single one. And come back in 6 months. Come back in a year. Tell me what happened. Because that comment is going to inspire someone else who is sitting exactly where you are right now, watching this video, holding the decision in their hands, wondering if it is really possible. It is. Start tonight. I'll see you in the next one.